Hi Lakshmi, should we start?
Yes, we can start.
Hey,
Am
good
I
evening
audible?
everyone. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Shiva, you can continue.
Okay, because some background noise is coming there. Hi, good evening everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's session. The topic for today is on the scope of the emerging program, PGDM in Business Design, presented by Dr. Kaustubh Dhargalkar. Let me start with a small quote. Inspiration comes from observation, as we all know that numerous challenges are being thrown on self, society, and even the corporate world is not an exception. To face these challenges, one needs to think innovative by applying design thinking. The design thinking process is iterative, flexible, and focused on collaboration between designers and users, with an emphasis on bringing ideas to life based on how real users think, feel, and behave. Now, let me not delay it further. I'll introduce the speaker for today. Dr. Kaustubh Dhargalkar is an entrepreneur turned academician and innovation evangelist. Founded three companies from 1990 to 2005 in the domain of productivity enhancement technologies for manufacturing. He holds a PhD in corporate innovation and design thinking. Currently, he is a professor business design and Dean Innovi at V School, Mumbai. He consults large corporates like HP, Daimler India, Mercedes, Citibank, TDK Europe, Mahindra Group, Capgemini, Eaton, etc. on how to enhance their innovation quotient and trains executives in design thinking and breakthrough concept creation. His views on innovation and strategy are sought by publications such as Knowledge at Wharton, Springer, ENT Europe, etc. He has two TEDx talks to his credit. He is the recipient of the Entrepreneurship Educator and Mentor Award by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India jointly with Intel, British Council, EDII, and NEN in March 2015. Guys, if you have any queries, please type in the same in the chat box or you can raise your hand. Sir would be happy to answer all your questions. Over to you, sir.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Shiv Kumar. Thank you, Lakshmi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So we have a small turnout for whatever reasons the link changed or whatever happened, which is, I think it's a blessing in disguise because I think we can have a conversation. So guys, I have two ways in which I can conduct this talk. One is I can just give you some gyan about what is business design, etc. Or the second one is I take you through an experience of what actually happens in the course. So you tell me which option you want. You can unmute yourself and speak. You want the first option or the second option?
Sir, we do not have any prior knowledge. So actually, it would be best if you could just give us theory first, then we can go with the practical.
Do you want me to bore you with the theory or do you want me to bring in the theory later?
Sir, I'm sure that you will not bore me. I mean, actually, we are completely blank, so we are open. I mean, at least I am open with both of the scenarios.
Yeah,
if anyone else think, yeah.
So let us get a consensus, right? So I just thought that let's leave this open, and the way you would like to hear it, that way I would like to deliver. So maybe, yeah. Somebody's trying to say something. Please feel free to communicate. Dev Narayan Bakchi, you're trying to say something? I can hear some sounds from your. Are you trying to say something? Hello? All right. My question is open to everybody. You can, if you don't want to speak, you can put it in the chat window because I'm going to ask you a lot of questions and I would really like to have a conversation with you guys. Raj has spoken. Hello. Second option. Sushmita said second option. What about other people? Let's go with the majority.
The second option.
Second option. All right. So let's start with the second option. So all that happens in the classroom, I will take you through an experience with some examples. All right, with maybe one example right now to begin with, and then we will take on how it happens, and that's where the theoretical aspect comes about. Okay. So yeah, there we go. Can you see my presentation? PGDM business design, a gateway to a dream career. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now let me give you a story of some students. This was way back in 2014 when in a class in the business design program, my class going on. I had given some students an assignment of go and interact with speech and hearing impaired housewives. Speech and hearing impaired housewives. And for the next 15 days, just interact with them, understand their problems, and then we will see after 15 days what we can do about them. Can we create some offerings? Can we create some interesting products or interesting services for these people? But the first 15 days were just about observation, all right? And after this was a group of 5 students doing this exercise. Normally in a class of say maybe 60 people, I would divide the 60 kids into 5 groups of, 12 groups of 5 each. And each group is given one specific target segment. And this particular student group was given a target segment of speech and hearing impaired housewives, all right? After about 4 to 5 days, these students came back to me saying, sir, we have thought of a lot of solutions for speech and hearing impaired people, but we haven't been able to come up with anything unique. To which I said, guys, I never asked you to come up with any ideas or solutions right in the beginning. I had just asked you to interact with these people and come back with some kinds of unsolved problems, because unsolved problems are the genesis or origin for new ideas to come about. So they said, sir, you have given us such a difficult target segment. Remember, the target segment was speech and hearing impaired housewives, okay, not working ladies, purely housewives. Then they said, how can we interact with them? They can't hear, they can't speak, and we don't know sign language. All right, so that's what somebody's mic is making some sound. Can you mute yourself, please, whoever that is? All right. So these students came back saying, sir, you have given us such a difficult target segment. We can't even we don't know sign language, and those people can't speak, those people can't hear. So how are we supposed to interact with them? So I said, as being Indians, our social circle extends to at least 40-50 families that we know in our social circle, right? Friends, relatives, etc. Can we try and find if we can find some speech and hearing impaired lady who is a housewife in our social circles, close social circles? So we just did a small little exercise. We sat around a table, 5 of them and me included, the 6th person. And we wrote down names of family members, families that we know in our social circles, 30-40 families each. In the next 10 minutes, 6 of us generated a list of about 250-280 families in front of us. And then we went through each of those families to find out whether there was any member who could fit that bill, that is, who would be speech and hearing impaired and would be a housewife. And when we went through all that list, in the next 15-20 minutes, we found 2 ladies who actually fit that bill. That is, they were housewives and they were speech and hearing impaired. So, which meant that our task became simple to kind of go and interact with them. Being known to us from our social circles, entry into their households was not difficult. Then we said we need to understand their entire lifestyle to understand what problems they face. Then we said we have just about a week. We had just about a week left in that 15-day exercise. So studying them 24/7 would not have been possible. So we narrowed down the focus on what problems they must be facing in the household. So we narrowed down, once again I repeat, we narrowed down the scope of the problem to the problems faced by these ladies, housewives, in their households only. All right. Now, which means what are the problems that they face while they do their activities, etc., etc., etc. Now we have to go and observe what is happening in their households when they are doing their activities. Now I have two questions to you. When would you go and visit these houses to understand what problems they face? Would you go when this lady is really busy, or would you go when this lady is at leisure and can interact with you? That's a question to all of you. Tell me, when would you go? Or you can write down in the chat window, when would you go? When she would be busy or she would be at leisure? Kaushal says at leisure. Raj says when she is really busy. Any other answers? Any other responses? Would like to have your responses, guys. Only 2 people have responded. Hello? No other thoughts? Anybody? All right. Shubham says when she's busy. Okay, let's go with Kaushal. Why do you think you should go when she's at leisure? Unmute yourself and speak.
Sir, so that I can interact easily and convey my thoughts, and like the talk will go very well when she is at leisure.
All right. Okay. Now, Raj and Shubham have said when she's really busy. Why do you think so? Either of you, Raj or Shubham, anybody can answer.
So Raja, so when she's at leisure, I mean, then there won't be much issues. I mean, she won't be facing anything when she's at leisure. When
Okay.
she's busy, then only someone could face any problem. So I would say when she's
All right.
busy.
Okay. So, chalo, theek hai. So let's take that argument when she's busy. Because what is the brief given to the students? The brief given to the students is we have to find out the real problems that this lady faces. When will the problem surface out? When she's at leisure or when she's busy? Hello?
So there is a response from Shushmita Desai.
Yeah.
She says busy since we will understand how she manages her daily
Yes.
schedule.
So now my question is to Kaushal, who says we should go in when she is at leisure. Do you agree? Kaushal, Kishore, do you agree with the other viewpoint? Hello?
Yes, sir, I agree.
Okay, now my second question. Should we go when there are other people, her family members in the house, or should we go when she is alone at home? That's my second question. Think about it. Respond. When she is alone at home or when there are many people in the house? Okay. Raj has said as many people as possible. What about the others? Fastest finger first. Sushmita also says when people are with people around. Okay. Any other thoughts? Sukanya Som says when there are many people in the house. Kaushal also says as many people as others. Why? Okay, now tell me why. Five people have responded when there are as many people in the house. Why? Give me your thoughts.
Sir, more the variables, more the complexity.
More
the issue that might surface out.
More the complexity. I'm sure you're an engineer.
Yes, sir, mechanical.
Okay. Any other responses? Sukanya, Sushmita, Kaushal, what are your responses? Why do you think we should go when there are many people in the house? Hello? You can unmute and speak. No thoughts?
Sir,
Yes.
because since the problem statement is whether we'll have to identify the problem. So
Yes.
that will happen when there are some conversations which are happening between two or more people, or when some activity is happening. If she is all by herself,
Yeah.
then we won't be able to identify that.
Okay, but there is activity happening, right? She's busy. You only said she's busy. Who's this speaking?
Sushmita.
Okay. You only said where you should go into the house when she's busy. So there will be activity happening, right?
Yeah, there would be, but it will also help us understand how she is interacting with other people.
All right. Plus another thing, we don't know sign language, right? We didn't know sign
Yeah,
language, correct?
correct.
Okay. Now, what we did was completely different. We went into those households, two households, when this lady would be really busy and when she would be alone. Reason being, when she's busy, everybody all of you bought the logic. The real problems will surface out when she's into a lot of activity. When she has other people in the house, other people will probably help her do some of her activities. So the real problems may not surface out. The real problems will surface out when she's alone managing her busy schedule. Do you buy that logic? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Other people, other folks, do you buy the logic?
No, sir, I'm still very much not clear about this. I mean, actually, I could argue that when more people are there, then only more problem would be coming out. Because
Okay.
more orders would be going to her and she might be conveying more orders to others. So
All right.
more interaction there.
Okay. What was the brief? The brief was what problems she faces in the household while she's managing her household, right? Now, who's this Raj? You mentioned Raj, right? The
Yes,
last
sir.
person who spoke. Okay. Now, listen to what I'm saying and then respond after about 5 minutes. Okay. I will leave the question open again. Now, we went into the households at her really busy time and when she would be alone, typically between 9:30 in the morning to about 12 o'clock, because by the time the children have gone off to school, husband has gone off to office, and she is busy managing her house, washing, cooking, etc., etc., etc. And we also chose days on which her housemaid would be absent. Why? Because we wanted to see what happens when she's really busy and she's alone, because when she has no help, her problems will really surface out. Now, what happened at that time was, the brief to the students was very, very simple. Do not interfere with anything that she does. Do not help her with anything that she does. Just observe what is happening. All right. Then in one household, we spent about 90 minutes, an hour and a half. And in the other household, we spent about 2 hours. And in that much time, 3.5 hours put together in different households, the students observed very, very simple, normal things like whenever the doorbell would ring, she would not be able to respond because she couldn't hear. If she put something in the microwave in the kitchen and set the timer on, and if she went to some other room to do something else, the microwave timer, after it would time out, it would keep on beeping. This lady would not be able to hear, and the microwave would keep on beeping for some time. The third interesting thing that these kids noticed was that whenever she put something in the pressure cooker, she would not leave the kitchen. She would constantly pace around looking at the top of the pressure cooker. Why that must be happening? Because she had the fear at the back of her mind that if she left the room, went to some other room, she would not be able to hear the number of times the pressure cooker has steamed out. The whistles she would not be able to hear, correct? And she was probably worried that the food, if she can't count, then food might remain undercooked or get overcooked. So she wanted to look at the whistle, look at the top of the pressure cooker and be able to count the number of whistles visually, because auditorily she can't hear, correct? Get my problems? Hello? Get the gist of what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right? And some more issues they raised, okay? They observed. And this 15-day period was over. The exercise was over, and then they were supposed to come up with ideas. Now, in On the 22nd or the 23rd day, that means 7th or 8th day after that 15-day fortnight, these kids came back to me with this prototype. Can you see this picture on screen? Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, don't look at the aesthetics of the picture, because it has nostalgia value for me, because this is the first 3D printed prototype created on the 3D printer in the lab on the campus back in 2013, 2014. What they had done was very simple. They had embedded a simple Bluetooth module in this wristband, and they had embedded a similar Bluetooth module into the appliances in the house, such that if the doorbell rang, the wristband would vibrate and a red colored LED would glow on it. If the microwave timed out, the wristband would vibrate in the hands of that lady and a bluish green colored LED would glow on it. If the pressure cooker steamed out for the 4th time or the 5th time as per the program, the wristband would vibrate and a blue colored LED would glow on it. Can you see different colored LEDs on top, each corresponding with one specific home appliance?
Yes, sir.
Solution makes sense? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Other folks, what do you think about the solution? Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Brilliant.
Sir, it makes sense, but I have one question that she has to remember which color is used for what appliances.
That can be labeled also, no?
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
the next version.
Yes,
that was
yes.
labeled also, ye hai, that kind of
Yes, sir.
stuff.
Yes.
Now, Raj, I have a question to you, okay? Hello, are you there, Raj?
Sir.
Now, if there was a maid servant in the house, do you think we would have been able to notice the pressure cooker problem? Think about
No,
it.
sir. No,
Get
sir.
it?
No, actually, I'm convinced. Yeah.
Now you got why we went in when she was alone, because the real problems will come out when she doesn't have help. All right. Now, interesting product, no, created in the classroom in the business design sessions. Now, what happened was, out of the 5 students, 2 of them got extremely kicked about what they had created. And a week later, they came to me when they showed this. A week later, after creating the prototype, they came to me running. And 2 of them said, sir, we want to take it forward as a venture. We want to take it to the market. Very, very excited. Young kids like you guys, very, very passionate, excited fellows. And they asked me, will you help us take this idea forward? I said, happily, why not? Sure. And then I told them, take about 2 to 3 weeks, study the market, come back to me with some kind of a roadmap of how you intend to take this idea forward. Understood? So that was the next part of their assignment. All right. Now, 2 weeks went by, 3 weeks went by. These fellows did not turn up. At the end of the 5th week, both of them came into the lab where I sit. And both of them, I could sense from their body language that they're not very upbeat about whatever they had found out. So they sat with me and told me, sir, we have analyzed the market. The need for such a product exists. There is nothing like this which exists in the market. I'm talking about way back in 2013-14. There's no competition. The numbers are also good. That means the market size is also good. But there are 2 major problems. One, back in 2013-14, if one were to start a manufacturing unit in India, one would need something like 19 different licenses, which would take anywhere between 20 to 24 months to get. Major problem, major hurdle, right? Second problem they identified was, this product is so damn simple that it can be copied very easily, correct? Easily copyable, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So they said, we might make this product. We might even sell the first 500,000 pieces, but later on it will get copied. And God forbid, if the Chinese fellows copy this, they will flood the Indian market with millions of pieces and sold at probably half to 1/4 the price. And we can't counter that. Genuine problems, 2 issues. Hello?
Yes, sir. Both the issues.
All of you think so?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
Now you tell me, if you were in their place, would you take this idea forward? Would you take it forward? Would you not take it forward? Yes, no, just answer yes or no. What do you feel? Or you can
We
respond in the
should.
chat window.
We should, but I do not have any, no answer why.
Okay, so you want to take it forward, but now you want to find a way why. All right, other people, do you want to take it forward? Or no, Chinese competition, easy to copy, difficult to manufacture because of the licensing policies, etc. Is it worthwhile taking it forward? Not, just respond yes or no in the chat box.
So similar response, sir, that we should take it forward, but
Okay.
how is something which I'm not able to
All right,
understand.
anybody who says no, this is not worth it, too much of a pain to take it forward. Guys, you can respond either you by verbally or at least type in the chat window, yes or no. Somesh is saying yes. Any more people? Yeah, everybody says yes. All right. Now tell me, okay, all of you say yes. Now tell me, how will you take it forward? How will you take it forward? Let us think how. Yeah? Tell me, what are your thoughts about how will you take it forward? Can
So
you see
let's
my,
make it, yes, sir.
yeah, can you see my Word document?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to type in your responses. How will you take it forward?
So we can complicate it by giving a vibrator in this and also trademark it if possible.
Complicated. Okay, so add features, right? Basically.
Yes, sir.
Trademark. Okay. What else? Yeah, somebody has put something in the chat window. Okay, somebody has said yes. All right, Bolo.
So let's go to government and see if the NGOs are interested in this, or government could give us some money with that.
Government subsidies. All right. Okay, anybody else? Any other response? I want you to think.
So we can sell it to some giant already in market.
Sell it to a larger company. All right. Okay, one more response has come. Avail patent rights. Okay, Joffy is saying patent rights. All right, patent it. Patent it. All right. Okay. Anything else? You can read what I'm typing, right? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us look at it. Add features, yes, doable, can be done, yes. Trademark also can be done, but in our judicial system can be copied also very easily. Same with patents also. Hello? Yes or no? Can be copied easily?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which means you might as well take a patent, yes. But let us look at the product. It's so damn simple. I don't think you'll get a technology patent for this. It's, what is it? A simple Bluetooth module embedded in it. I don't think you'll get a technology patent for it. So possible, but not practical. All right. Now these kids did not give up. After about another 2-3 weeks, they came back to me with a brilliant idea. They said the problem lies with, not with the market, but lies at our end. We can't manufacture it, right? So what if we don't manufacture it at all? If we make this a completely open source technology, that means anybody in the world can manufacture this wristband, provided it has a standard Bluetooth module embedded in it. And they went on to create a cloud platform. On one side, they gave out application programming interfaces, API. You understand what an API means? Hello? Everybody understands what an API is?
No, sir.
API means, have you sat in an Uber anytime?
Yes, sir.
When you sit in the Uber, your driver starts a Google map, correct? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, does Uber own the Google Maps platform? No. Google owns the Google Map platform. So Uber's application connects with the Google Maps application through something called an API. It's a software handshaking protocol. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. So on one side, they gave out an API to any manufacturer in the world who would manufacture these wristbands. And on the other side, they went to these appliance manufacturers, manufacturing companies like Siemens and Whirlpool and LG and Samsung, and told them that if you connect your electronics, your appliance to our cloud platform, then your appliance can connect with a wristband on the hands of a deaf and mute person, which means your appliance, whether a refrigerator or a microwave oven or a doorbell, suddenly becomes physically challenged friendly. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Get the point? Hello? Everybody understood what I mean, what I say?
Yes, sir.
Now, isn't that an even more brilliant idea? With this,
Yes, sir.
with this, they were able to completely overcome their problem of manufacturing, and they were able to scale up very, very fast. This is a true story. Siemens was the first one to come on board their appliances. Then Samsung followed, Whirlpool followed, and later on, these two, the company that these kids started was absorbed into the smart home automation division of Siemens by 2016. Now, why did I tell you this story? Because it came out of the classroom. Now let us see how it happens. Now let me talk about the theory and the infrastructure, etc. How does all this happen at V School, Wellington Institute of Management? There are these, this is a typical classroom that you will see in the business. This is a specific classroom for the business design program. There is this RedX laboratory where you will see there are these 3-4 3D printers. Can you see these? Then there is the innovation lab. Classrooms, labs get all combined. Whatever happens in the classroom gets transferred to the lab to make it a reality. So it's not just about physical products, but it's about various systems. Our students have collaborated with some banks to create some financial technology systems also. Our students have connected with some retailers to help them with some customer relationship management platforms also. So there is a bit of technology involved in business today. Without technology, can businesses run today? Hello?
No, sir.
Without coming up with new ideas, can businesses run today? So these are the kinds of things that happen typically in the business design program. I hope I've been able to kind of communicate to you what happens, right? Are we clear about this? Before I go to something else? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then we have a tie-up with MIT, Boston, Massachusetts School Institute of Technology, MIT. We conduct every 3 years, there is a workshop conducted at the campus wherein MIT people fly down from the US, act as mentors over a week to create some new products, new services, with some new technologies also. So our business school students collaborate with engineers from MIT and try and create some very interesting products, very interesting services. And these are all products and services which have been picked up by ICICI Bank, they have been picked up by HDFC Bank, they have been picked up by JP Morgan, etc. So those are the kinds of outcomes that come out. So you must have realized that it's a good, nice blend of theory and practice to be able to envisage the future, to be able to create some products, create some services, create some platforms for the emerging times. It's not just about that you learn from case studies which are history based. The whole pedagogy is more towards visualizing scenarios as they unfold, and taking the students through all these kinds of various, so to say, external stimuli, a lot of field visits, a lot of interaction with all these top-notch universities in the world, exchange programs. I mean, exchange programs in the sense, as I mentioned, for this workshop, a lot of people come down from MIT, researchers from there come down, and jointly a lot of progressive thinking happens, and all of this is built into the classrooms, right? Now, so broadly, PGDM business design is about an outcome-based learning. It's not static. It's not theoretical. There is enough amount of theory, yes, but it is all outcome-based at all times, and with design thinking as the backbone and innovation as a natural outcome. What I told you through this example was all of this design thinking methodology of going to the end user, understanding the end user, understanding the needs of the end user, empathizing with the end user fully and understanding their problems, and then coming back to the drawing board, sitting for ideas, idea generation, brainstorming, and then bringing in the business aspect of how to now make that product or service really viable and scalable. Now, one question to you. These guys, when they created the wristband, they had created a good product, right? Yes or no? Hello? When they created this wristband, it was a good product or no?
Yes, sir.
But had they gone to market with this product, would they have survived?
No, sir.
No.
Only when the next subject which came in, which we title as a business plan, that's when they realized, oh, this product as it is will not survive. Chinese will just steamroll over us. We will not be able to survive. That's when the other options, the business model got tweaked and success followed, right? So all this, with this one story, I have one example. I have kind of tried to communicate to you what all happens throughout the entire program. It's all outcome based, thinking about what is happening around in society, couple it with what is happening, what is going to happen in the future. So there are sessions on emerging technologies. There are sessions on disruptive business models. All of that is weaved into the curriculum to kind of stimulate your thinking and to make you future ready, not just, So I would rather like to change the acronym or the short form MBA to MBC. MBA is Masters in Business Administration, right? I would say this is a Masters in Business Creation. Now, with this, I will pause, and you can watch this video about a short 2-minute video about life at V School. Right, probably one ad will play. And hello, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, it is not audible.
Not audible? Oh, sorry. It's just music. I'll restart. Campus. That's the 3D printer. That's a special business design classroom. Yes. So now, if there are any questions, I'm happy to take them.
Guys, if you have any questions, please unmute yourself and then ask. Otherwise, you can also put it in the chat box.
No questions?
No questions, sir, so far.
Nothing?
Nothing, sir.
I'm sure people must be wondering, kya hai ye? What is this?
So,
We'll just give them, yeah.
so the first question, I mean, out of this whole presentation, the most critical part was the first question, that let's find out the problems that those housewives are facing.
Yes.
Who come up with these questions? I mean, this is the most toughest thing I thought out of the whole process.
Yeah,
So,
this is the standard thing that we do in the classroom.
so does if I join, will I be able to generate these kind of questions? Because I never think these kind of questions like in my daily life. So
Yes.
how do you encourage us to think these kind of questions?
This is a part of a curriculum. What I told you came out from a course that I was conducting, and in that there is a specific 15 days allocated to go out and find out problems. It's targeted like that. Get it? So the classroom, 60 students in the class, divided into 12 groups of 5 each. Each group is given one specific customer segment, user segment, to study for 15 days. Go out, interact with them. Of course, you are trained about how to interact, different ways of user research, etc. And you use those techniques and find out, uncover these problems.
Okay.
That's the crux, right? That's the crux. Unless you find latent needs, unsolved needs, you cannot innovate, right? Correct? One question in the chat window. What kind of job opportunities after business design? Yes, most relevant question. See, students have got get placed across different sectors. What do you say? Sectors: banking, retail, IT, insurance, e-commerce, logistics, across. And typical job profiles that you grow into, you are best placed to become product managers in the next 2-3 years. Entry points are probably, like a business analyst, or innovation leads. A lot of companies today have their innovation cells or innovation labs within the companies, and they want people who can think like this, who can solve complex problems. And your business design course will kind of enable you to be able to be a good complex problem solver. Consulting companies prefer a lot of people, a lot of students from the business design program. And other kinds of, even in customer relationships, entire platforms, end-to-end kind of job responsibilities come to business design students. So basically, the kind of job opportunities cut across all kinds of sectors. And you will grow into a general manager soon because of this kind of grooming, because you are able to cut across specializations. You don't remain just a finance specialist or a marketing specialist or an operations specialist, but you are able to, with this kind of this kind of pedagogy or inputs, you're able to cut across these silos and become a holistic thinker, which is what companies are looking for right now. Does that answer your question, Ani Rathod?
Sir,
Yes.
according to you, what skills one must possess in order to be sure that this program is made for him? I mean, is it just curiosity or creativity, or nothing is required, just anyone could do that?
See, I mean, I would say curiosity is an essential for learning anything new, right? If you don't have curiosity, then I don't know what one can do in life. Correct? Agreed? Do you agree with that, Raj?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The curiosity is a basic, I mean, whether you do a business design program or whether you do an engineering course or whether you do some software program, software course, curiosity is necessary, right? And uh, uh, as you grow into the course, your mind also opens up to a lot of possibilities. Lots of students come in skeptically. Aisa kya hota hai? What is this out of the box thinking? It is not me. I am not so creative. But by the end of the third month, fourth month, they start realizing, oh, why not? I can also think creatively. I am also capable of coming up with new ideas, different ideas, because the methodology followed is such that you're, as human beings, we are innately curious, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And our education till the undergraduate level has kind of killed that curiosity systematically. It's about rekindling that curiosity which we always had. That's what happens because of that. I told you the types of assignments, types of projects that you get, it will naturally happen. So an open mind is necessary. Yes. Being open to different perspectives, multiple perspectives, that will definitely help. And a wish to kind of do something different. Get it?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, this business design course is also in your Bangalore campus, right? So
Yes.
if I'm not wrong, that is business design and innovation. So how different it is from Mumbai campus and what are the teaching methodology?
Well, the difference is the spelling. Mumbai is Mumbai, Bangalore is
No, sir, the business,
Bengaluru.
I'm talking about the business design course, that is business design innovation in Bangalore, and here it is business design. So is there any difference or is it common?
It's the same. It's the same. It's the terminology might be a little different, but it's the same. The same methodology that we follow in Mumbai is followed in Bangalore. So the philosophy of the course, everything remains the same. Course curriculum, all of that is similar. Yeah. Whoever asked that question, are you satisfied?
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Anything else? If not, we can. I mean, I'll. Somebody asked
Yes,
me
sir.
about this thing, right? Job. There. I have a slide. I should have shown that to you earlier. There you go. This is the placement distribution. BFSI is banking, financial services, insurance. IT companies, that's the distribution. Manufacturing, consulting, retail. Others include e-commerce, logistics, etc. A lot of startups also come to the campus. Good scaled up startups with good funding come to pick up students from here because they want problem solvers, right? And quite a few of the business design students also have become entrepreneurs. So Rani, when you asked the question, I should have showed this slide to you. I missed showing that. Yeah. That's the broad industries in which the past placements have happened. Graph is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Cool. If there are no further questions, there's something has come in the chat window.
No, sir. No other questions, sir, so far.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
I think we have answered all the questions, sir.
Yes. All right.
Anything is there? Yeah, they can ask. Otherwise, we'll close the session, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing valuable insights. Sir, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the students before we wrap up the session?
Well, I think be curious, explore all possibilities. That's it. I mean, this kind of a course not available anywhere. apply, and hope you get selected. All the best.
Thank you, sir. And thank you all for being here. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye, sir.